Hi, I'm Joe Polizzi, and this is the Content Inc. podcast. 5 minutes every Monday for content creators who desire to be content entrepreneurs. This podcast is supported by Memberful. As we're finalizing our agenda for CEX, we've had more and more requests for information on memberships. What's not to like? A great source of revenue for creators, ownership of your own data, and build truly loyal audiences. Memberful will help you do that. Get started for free today at memberful.com/contentinc. With Content Entrepreneur Expo just 6 weeks away, I'm working on all the things. Finalizing the agenda, marketing to get more attendees, and working on my opening keynote. In that respect, I put out a note on LinkedIn and asked for advice from my LinkedIn community that I could use in my CEX opening keynote. You know, it's kind of weird to say my LinkedIn community. It's not really mine, but I digress. I asked what their advice would be for a content creator who wants to go full-time into the content business. This could be about operations, revenue, audience building, social channels. What's the one thing that you think is the most critical for their content business model to succeed? So far, as of a few days ago, I received 64 comments, which was wonderful. There were dozens of amazing comments that I'll be integrating into the presentation, but one, of course, stood out. And it happened to be from one of my best friends, Robert Rose, who also is my co-host on the This Old Marketing podcast. Robert says, after you open your talk with the question you asked here, I would start with one slide, with one word on it. Don't. And then proceed to list all the things that they will need to be willing to do in order to be a full-time content creator, ending with the inevitable conclusion. There's no such thing as a full-time content creator. As a content entrepreneur, you are the CEO of a media company, no matter how big, and thus wear many hats, from sales to marketing to accounting to customer experience to analyst. Thus, if you're a full-time content creator, you're actually not a content entrepreneur. Back to me now. I had to read this a few times to really take in the impact. As content creators, we focus so much of our strategy on content creation, but is that right? According to Robert, it is not. When I was with Content Marketing Institute, I used to be asked how much time a content marketer should spend on creating content. My answer then, as it is now, is about 25% on just creating content. All the other stuff, the planning, the distribution plan, the measurement, the integration, is the 75%. And now that I'm on the other side, I'm wondering, would my answer about content creation be 25% for full-time content creators? Maybe. Actually, it might be less. When I started my first media company, and it was just me, I'd say that my time spent on creating content was probably 10%. That might even be high. Maybe we are doing a disservice by treating the content business as so different from doing the incredibly hard thing of launching and growing just a business. Short and long-term strategy, branding, the personal brand, promotion, distribution, sales, product choice, traveling and speaking at all these events, accounting, the list goes on. I guess the point of this is maybe, just maybe, we are focusing too much on content creation. A final example. I have a friend of mine. He's one of the best musicians around. Simply amazing. But they weren't finding the success they wanted. What were they doing? They were always writing, always composing, always practicing the music. The problem with this? No one knew how great this person was. They were always making and practicing music. It was plain to see, to me as an outsider, that to be successful, they'd need to take at least half their time and work on the business of being a musician. So how about you? Do you need to take a look at your time and redistribute it? I know I do. Good luck, and I'll talk to you next Monday.